Hello ladies and gentlemen, Marsh here. So today we're going to do a quick deep dive away from conditionals to talk about random numbers and then also algorithms, which are going to become important as we continue and build bigger programs. So, generating random numbers. The idea of a random number is very useful in programming because sometimes we want to, make a random password or make a random number for a guessing game or any along those lines. But to keep in mind, when we're talking about random numbers in the regards to a computer, it technically is not a random number. There's actually a formula that is being used in the computer's memory bank that's being used to generate that random number. So if we knew the formula and how it's used, we would actually be able to generate that random number every single time. So keep that in mind. There is no such thing as a truly random number in computer science. But if I want to make a random number in Python, what we're going to do is we're going to use the phrase import random at the top of our program that's going to be using the random number, okay? And then to generate a random number, there's a couple of different forms. So there's either random.random, parenthesis, that's going to generate a random number between 0 and 1, including 0, but not including 1. So we'll be able to get from 0 to 0.999999. Okay, if we do random.random. That's not very useful, right? We're not going to normally use that. But if we want to make a random integer between two numbers, we're going to go random.rand int and then parenthesis the low number we want to the high number we want. So let's say I want to generate a random number between 0 and 100. I would go rand int parenthesis 0 comma 100. Anytime you generate a random number, you do need to store it in some variable. Otherwise, you'll generate the random number and just kind of throw it away. So you got to be kind of careful in that if you want to generate a random number, you need it to actually do something for you. And then the other thing we want to talk about very quickly in this video is what do I mean by an algorithm? Algorithms, when you're creating a program, a lot of times a programmer finds that they need to think through the program before typing code. Sometimes this is to help what kind of variables need to be created, what kind of case statements to write for their ifs, and just how to break down the program into manageable chunks. These are thinking of an algorithm. And an algorithm is just a set of steps that tell you how to solve a program. I could think of an algorithm of how to get to Legacy High School every day. That would be my way of breaking down a pretty complex program. These are specifically important when you have an application with complex specifications. Sometimes we really need to take a program that's really, really big and cut it into manageable chunks so that we can understand the program and the problem at hand. That's the end of this very short video, ladies and gents. I will see you later, Sabers.